This is oil and gas platform High Island 376A. And the last time that I dove here, it was an active production platform. This platform is no longer active and is most likely on the schedule to be removed out of the water sometime very soon. Which is unfortunate because it's an amazing place to dive. Most people would celebrate the idea of a large oil rig like this being removed from the ocean. Truth is, once they're no longer active, they pose almost no threat to the environment. And they create an amazing habitat for the local wildlife as well. They provide shelter for fish to spawn, as well as hard surfaces for corals to grow. And with any environment like this, there will always be the predators. But lucky for us, we as divers are typically not on the menu. Because this rig goes down to a depth of over 400 feet, the dangers that we have to contend with are more in line with the extreme depths and the ripping current.
If you see something down there, please pay attention to your depth gauge. In fact, you always should pay close attention to your depth and your gas. But on this dive, it is absolutely critical that you pay close attention to both. Once you start diving up and down that structure, 20 feet feels like 50 feet, that feels like 100 feet, that feels like 300 feet.
In a place like this, it's easy to get excited about seeing the big stuff. But as you swim through this environment, what most people don't realize is that you're getting stared back at by thousands of eyes. Eyes that belong to tiny little magnificent creatures. And these little guys are pretty easy to miss until you lean in to get a closer look. But aside from the little guys, you're always guaranteed to see a lot of barracuda, a variety of sharks, and sometimes even whale sharks. But it looks like on the other side of the rig there's a large group of horse-eyed jacks, and they seem to be swimming my way. I find it ironic that some of the most colorful things I've seen on this trip are found right here underneath this man-made steel platform. These Spanish hogfish seem to be caught up in some sort of feeding frenzy. But what caught my eye was a splash of bright orange color that I could see off in the distance. This is called orange cup coral. It comes from Indonesia, but it's growing right here in the Gulf of Mexico. It was first noticed here sometime in the 1950s and was most likely brought over unintentionally on cargo ships. This is what you would consider a beautiful but harmful invasion. This is a non-photosynthetic coral, which means they don't need sunlight to grow. They actually feed themselves through filter feeding. And they're growing right here in the shade of this oil rig, taking up valuable substrate that would normally be occupied by other native species. But with that said, they're stunning to look at. Now let's get back to the small stuff. Our next dive is going to be back on the flower garden banks, and it's going to be a night dive. And at nighttime, you see a whole variety of creatures that you wouldn't normally see during the daytime. But we're going to save that one for the next video. So be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss that content. And also, if you're interested in purchasing prints from this location or any other place that I've explored, I want to remind you to visit my website at scottbauerphotography.art. See you on the next video. Thanks for watching.